Hello. Crap. My got a frog in my throat. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to more Minecraft Forever World. Well, I'm on the title screen because I was expecting there to be a little like version label down here, but then I remembered. Oh, right, that's for some reason that's added in Alpha 1.2 or like 1.1 or something. But yeah, today we are officially in Alpha. Alpha 1.0.1 underscore 01 to be exact, because 1.0.1 doesn't, we don't have it. It's not really being archived, and 1.0.0 doesn't really exist. Technically it does, because Notch is a moron, and he was like, oh, actually, the last version of InfDev that I uploaded yesterday is Alpha 1.0.0. Like, what the hell, Notch? What is wrong with you? But yeah, this is for all intents and purposes, the first Alpha version. At least the earliest one we can play. So yeah, and this is Seecret Friday number 3. We already had 2 Seecret Fridays. One of them added rails and minecarts. We played around with those a little bit. And the other one added dungeons, and sadly we haven't really found a dungeon yet. And that is the goal for today. Today I want to find a dungeon, hopefully, and also the new thing that's added in this update, which is... wow, I have animals on my roof. Great. Which is redstone. So we gotta go to new chunks again and get some redstone and hopefully find a dungeon as well. Now, there has been finally a change to the signs. Signs are actually usable now. That makes me very happy. So I'm gonna make I'm actually gonna grab some stuff here. So what I wanna do before we do anything is make a little... like bulletin board or whatever. I don't know where to put it though, that's the problem. I guess I could put it over here for now. The other option is to put it down. I think it's gonna make more sense to put it down there. Or like eventually I should put it where my town square will be. But fuck it. We're spending a lot of time up here in the castle anyway, so let's just put it up here. Also, I just realized I don't have sounds on. There we go, much better. Alright, I'm gonna put it right over here. This tree is a little bit in the way, but that's fine. Put that, and boom, boom. And now we're gonna need signs. So I'm gonna make... I think 6 signs should be enough. So this is gonna serve as my to-do, basically, for this playthrough. Eventually, I will make I will have like a proper booking quill to keep track of all this stuff, but since that doesn't even exist right now, this is the best we can do. So the most important thing that I'm gonna do today is go caving for diamonds, redstone. Oh crap. Okay, so go caving. Need diamonds, redstone, and find a dungeon. Okay. The second thing I want to do, which is not going to be this stream for sure, but finish the castle. Or I guess castle method, but whatever, let's just call it the castle. We need to do the walls plus the king's quarters. That's what's left. Then we're gonna need farms. We're gonna need a wheat farm, tree farm, and that's really all the farms we can have, but whatever. And what else? Nothing else really comes to mind right now. I mean, build the village, but that's gonna be a long-term project, so... yeah, I guess that's fine. I'm gonna put a chest... actually, no, I can't really put a chest there because I won't be able to open it. I guess I'll just have to do something with these signs, I don't know. Oh, I can just place them here. Right, I can just place them on walls now, so I'm just gonna place a bunch around. the place. Servants' quarters. There, I guess. Oh, I can also use them to make furniture, finally. I don't really want to do that right now, though. I don't want to waste too much time. I just want to go and explore. So, I'll leave the interior. Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, that's another thing I can do. I'll finish the interior of this build. I would say that should take precedent over these two, but whatever. Finish the interior of the servants' quarters. There. We do have a garden, so garden is finished. No point in adding that there. Although I will be expanding the garden over here as well. Oh yeah, I have to clear this mound of garbage as well. Okay, so hello? Why can I not place a sign there? Oh my god, this is okay, this is kind of annoying. No? Is it because of the torch? Why can I not place a sign there? What the hell is going on? What? Huh? Is it because of the sign up there? Okay, that is stupid. Screw you, Notch. What the hell? When does this get fixed? I really hope this gets fixed soon, because that's annoying. Hello, Paul, Neon Light, and Doorknob, and also Afu. Welcome to the stream. Maybe behind the fountain would be better. Has a name after all? Yes, I named it last time. I don't think you were here, Neon Light, but I named it. I put a sign down there. It's named Castle Methodstein. It was Paul's idea. I ended up liking the name. Yeah, I'm playing an old version. I'm gonna be playing old versions for a while. Get out of here. Hate how fences work in these versions. There aren't even any fences yet. I would be happy to just have fences in general, honestly. Okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna put this sign here then. Clear all this crap out. Also, I like how Notch, for some reason, moved it down here instead of centering it up here. Thanks, Notch. Alright. Wow, it's been 10 minutes already. We really need to get the move on. Alright, I'm gonna store this. The planks, actually, I'm gonna keep the planks on me, I think. Yeah, 8 planks, you know what, I will keep them on me. Why not? I also have 2 crafting tables, that's kind of redundant. Let me place this one back down here. Put it here for now. Sign placement bug is fixed in Alpha 1.0.5. Okay, so we only have to deal with it for 4 more weeks. That's good. Alright. I have iron, I have coal, food. Okay, I'm only missing a bucket of water. So let me grab that, and let's go. So I think I'm gonna go just straight ahead for new chunks this time. Now, the problematic thing is, I don't know how I can possibly tell if I'm in new chunks. Because there's nothing really added to the surface. It's all underground, so I just have to basically hope that I'm in new chunks before I start caving. I guess I could always rely on the tried and true method of just looking out for lag spikes, I guess, but we'll see. Hopefully it works out. Hello, Firestorm, welcome back. Still no hostile mob sounds. I don't know when that gets added. I know it's at some point in Alpha. I think Alpha 1.0.8 might be. Or maybe 1.0.6, I don't know. Somewhere along those lines. I could go in that cave, but again, the whole point of this is to find a dungeon and redstone, so... These are old chunks, these won't have any of that. No boats yet either. Even though the boats in Alpha and Beta are really crappy, I would still rather have them than no boats at all. Especially because there's so much water here. 1.0.3 adds mob sounds. Oh wow, that's very early. That's great. So this stream and the next one are gonna be the last streams with no hostile mob sounds. Good to know. Because it feels so weird to not have the sounds. It also doesn't help because it makes me think that there's constantly creepers around, even though that's not the case. Or not always the case, rather. I like actually knowing what's around me, you know? That's one of those things about game design, is that audio design is actually very important. A lot of people, players and developers alike, just don't realize that, but it is true. There's a spider. I was watching for a while already, but my phone didn't let me comment. Hello, Valkia, welcome back. I think I should go diagonal, actually. Let's do that. I just hope I won't get lost. Still no compasses to help me, so... I have to rely on landmarks. I guess I could just mark, like, pillars with torches. Gonna try that. But again, I don't think that's gonna help me much either, because once I go inside the caves, I might emerge somewhere completely different and unknown. So what does this version actually add, I wonder, other than redstone, of course? The redstone and the redstone components, like levers, buttons, I'm pretty sure are here, pressure plates, redstone torches, obviously. And the sign change. I'm not sure what else this version actually changes or adds beyond those two. Oh, the stairs have a motto now. Yeah, like we saw that briefly. I completely ignored that. Yeah, stairs have a motto in the inventory. That's another thing. That's a lot of pigs. Holy crap. I'm actually gonna kill a few of them. Okay, and I'm gonna make a little thingamabob here. Like so. Like an arrow. Kill the porkers. Get my health back up. Okay, these are still old chunks, because I recognized these when I was getting some gravel earlier. So we still gotta keep moving this direction. I am getting a few lag spikes though, so maybe those are already new chunks. Let's hope. One can only hope. No compass yet, Paul. The compasses are added in 1.1, Alpha 1.1, so we have a long ways to go until then, sadly. I think iron doors are added in this version too. I'm not sure. Or maybe that's a later version, I don't know. Mountain worlds are... they're weird in In-Depth Plus, because I'm using 2D Purlin, so it's kind of difficult to make natural looking mountains with 2D Purlin. So those only really end up looking decent when you make the world like really big. If you make it the default size, chances are it's not gonna feel much like a mountain, honestly. And they don't really have anything special to them either. Technically, you have more land to work with because it's not an island, but beyond that, there's already much else. Oh, and you also get the spruce trees and the snow. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's actually a recent thing. Okay, I think these might be new chunks. I hope so. Anyway, that's some really sick-looking terrain. Holy crap. Man, I really wish I could actually tell if these are new chunks or not. Iron doors are here, okay. Wow, this version adds a lot. All things considered. Our generation was changed and there's some minor tweaks. Our generation was changed, but it's still not fixed. You still get less ores in negative quadrants. Thanks, Notch. Ding dong. No iron. Might as well get that as well. I actually don't think I have much iron left back home. And there goes my pickaxe. I forget when 2 durabilities get buffed again. I think it's Alpha 1.0.5 or 1.0.3, something like that. Well, diamond 2s, at any rate. The other 2s don't get buffed until beta 1.2. Okay, that was a nothing burger cave. Probably for the best. These are probably still not new chunks, so I'd rather walk a little bit more. I should also make another pillar here, so that I know I'm on the right track when coming back. Ow. 1.0.3 buffs diamonds, okay. Figured. So that's a version to actually look forward to. 1.0.4 unfortunately isn't, even though it's the next Secret Friday update, because we can't really make use of it without cheating, and I really don't want to cheat. And by cheating I mean like setting the winter mode boolean to true, using a NBT editor only for that stream. I mean, I guess we could do it. If you guys are fine with it, then I'm fine with it. Only for like one stream, so that we can get some snow. It's technically cheating, but let's face it, we won't be able to get snow until Alpha 1.2 otherwise. And it would be nice to, you know, change things up a little bit. Makes it a little bit more interesting. The problem is it's gonna make everything around the main base in snow covered, which I don't really want, so I would have to go to like a new area before I do that. That's some crazy terrain, holy crap. Okay, these have to be new chunks by now, so the first cave I find I'm gonna hop into. I should do it, yeah, I agree. Wow, look at those mountains, man. This okay, yeah, I just got a massive lag spike. Yeah, these have to be new chunks. This terrain is honestly fantastic. Look at this. Holy crap. These almost feel like modern mountains, don't they? Almost. Like, yeah, they're a little bit shorter than modern mountains. They lack snow and like decoration, but the terrain itself looks pretty similar. Remarkably so. Yeah, I like this area a lot. I should have actually set up my base here. Oh, too late for that now, I guess. Okay, let me make another pillar. Just went away from my old chunks to generate the snow in my world. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do too. Before going anywhere, after updating the game, you should use MC Edit. See generated chunks to decide which way you should go for new chunks. Yeah, I mean, that's using an external tool, which is kind of sort of against my rules. But I guess it couldn't hurt. Either way, I probably need to trim some chunks anyway. Because otherwise, like, this world is gonna become as massive as my my poly world. Which was my last project several years back. Man, I low-key miss that project. Those streams in that world. It was fun. Until it wasn't, of course, but... like, yeah, up until 1.9 I was having a blast with it. Even during 1.9 I was having fun, but then 1.10 and onwards started getting really stale. Okay, these have to be new chunks, because there's also less caves. Which is a staple of these versions. I love the alpha terrain, honestly. It's such a shame that it was nerfed beyond belief, even as early as beta. Or like alpha 1.2. Because for some reason Notch changed the terrain in alpha 1.2, even though it was completely unnecessary in my opinion. Because the way biome generation works in alpha 1.2 and to an extension beta is, and I know this because recently I've done it for alpha recrafted, is it actually checks the terrain. It doesn't modify the terrain the way Gen Layer does, but it checks the terrain and it like basically forces certain biomes based on the terrain height, from what I understood. So it was basically unnecessary to change the terrain at all, in my opinion, because it's like you still could have had like these lower areas. There's plenty of those. You still could have had those be plains just fine. Not just nerf the terrain generation for literally no reason. And then he did it again, and he did it like way worse in beta 1.8. I'm a firm defender of Gen Layer, the Gen Layer system that beta 1.8 uses, because it's just used poorly. You can easily use it to great effect. Notch just didn't. Oh my god, yeah, these are 100% new chunks because of the lag spikes, but where's all the caves, man? I want a cave. I don't want to strip mine. Strip mining is boring. Ugh. Imagine if I just randomly stumble across a monolith. That'll be funny. We have reached the promised land, Alpha. Hello, Steel Cat. I'm surprised to see you here. Welcome. I think my beta terrain looks better than Alpha, but it might be because I have a monolith, so everything around it is kind of flat. Dig straight down. No. Oh, look at that mountain there with the sunset. That's beautiful. But where's all the caves, man? Okay, is this important? No. All right. Strange gravel pit. Oh, like, seriously, where's all the caves at? I haven't seen a single cave so far, and I've been walking for quite a while. Yeah, this is really annoying. Having to generate chunks every time just to find, like, the new thing is... Especially when that new thing is underground. I hate that. About to go for a walk. Have fun in Notch Walking Simulator. Thanks, Steel. You have fun in real life walking simulator. Herobrine filled them with stone. Thanks, Herobrine. A hero named Brian. Okay, here we go. Here's a cave. Hopefully this actually goes somewhere. And of course it doesn't, because it gets cut off right here. Thanks, Notch. And here as well. What the hell, Notch? I hate you so much. Fix your game, Notch. Your game from 2010. Here's another cutoff. Amazing. Zombies. Don't care. Okay, come on. Surely there has to be more caves here around here than that. I think I see some over there, maybe. Ow, ow, ow. Oh my god, I hate the spiders. They have reach hacks, I swear to god. The hitbox is so wonky. Love that animation. Another freaking... I hate this cutoff, man. What the hell? Is there actually anything down here, or is it all cut off? Okay, maybe? Maybe no, of course not. Why would there be a proper cave anywhere? I really hope I find a dungeon. Also, I just remembered I haven't been making any pillars for quite a while, so I'm probably gonna get lost completely. I did everything you did. I don't miss my own polyworld. It's fun at first, but becomes so overwhelming. At many different terrains, even on old MCPE with the Nether Spire. That's impressive that you managed to get that working. But yeah, this is why this playthrough is a bit more casual. Because I realized all the mistakes that I made in my previous one, so... This is meant to be just my casual forever world. Which is why I also stream it once a week and not... Well, I also stream it once a week because I work full-time now, so I don't really have the time, but still. It's been helpful. Because otherwise I would have gotten burnt out, like, already by the time I got to Alpha. And yep, dead end. I hear lots of bad guys directly above me. Great. I'm almost tempted to just do the X-ray glitch, honestly. Let me see if I can do it. Okay, I see a lot of caves over there. There's plenty of caves in this area. Okay, so there's a relatively big cave right over there. Oh, that one, okay. Well, that was ultimately pointless, because I would have gone there anyway. But that cave looks promising. It looks like it actually leads somewhere. So let's just go and find it. I think it was like... The entrance should be that, I believe. Yeah, this should be it. Alright, so what am I hoping for? Well, redstone is the main objective. Another pretty important objective is finding a dungeon. Hopefully one that has a saddle or a music disc. And diamonds as well would be very nice. But it's not really the main objective. I can live without diamonds, especially because they're so terrible. But it would be nice to actually get some. Because I'm completely out. They're still useful for the sword. The sword is still like the most useful diamond tool. Okay, need another pickaxe. I'm gonna make 2. Okay, so that's a dead end, but we did see another branch that we could try. Gonna take this moment to organize my inventory a little bit. This string is completely useless to me. Same with this wool. I will keep the stone though, because I might need it in the future. Feathers I'm actually gonna keep. They're useful for crafting arrows. Okay, yeah, this is looking very promising. It's so difficult to find a cave like this in alpha, mostly because of that stupid bug where the caves just cut off in some chunk sections. If it wasn't for that bug, these caves are way better to explore and much easier to find good caves like this. Case in point, my mod, Alpha Recrafted. I've been playing it a little bit on and off. And yeah, the caving experience there is way better. Because there's actual ores to find, and you know, the caves don't cut off every 5 meters like that. Should probably carry some gravel with me. Or elevators. Actually, no, I don't need that. I have water. That's more useful. I used to think that gravel is like so freaking useful when I was a kid, when I played this game, because of Paul Souls Jr. Because he was like, oh, you can make a gravel elevator like this. And I was like, oh my god, that's genius! But then I realized, oh, you can just use water for that and it doesn't really waste any durability of your shovel. So gravel really only works for pathways, in my opinion. I guess you could also use it for, like, walls of houses and other builds, but that's kind of weird. Because it's such a noisy texture. It works better as, you know, just a natural part of the environment and not a building material. Having different worlds for different eras is better. I have a forever world in beta. If I miss pre-classic, I open my pre-classic world and play for a few gaming sessions. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm gonna do once this world has reached the latest version. That's what I'm gonna be doing. And I'm gonna be using my mods. I'm not gonna be touching vanilla anymore. Because there's no point, really. Why would I play an inferior version when I already made these mods, which are my ideal versions for all of these, well, versions. My ideal experiences for all of these versions, let's say. So if I ever feel like playing Alpha, I'm just gonna boot up Alpha Recrafted. If I ever feel like playing, hell, even Classic, I'm just gonna boot up Classic Plus. So this is like my final vanilla playthrough, basically. Gravel has always been a more decorative block for me. How do you play pre-classic for any extended time? Yeah, exactly. And again, Classic Plus has pretty much the entirety of pre-classic already packaged in. You can play the cave game tech test thing if you want to. That actually jump scared me because I forgot that I'm playing Alpha and there's still no mob sounds. So I was like, oh my god, is that Herobrine? Is that heroin? Holy shit. Yes! Here we go. Mission accomplished. I mean, redstone is pretty common, but still, yes. Awesome. Now, the problem is that it takes 5 billion years to actually break this stuff, but hey. It's still redstone. I'm definitely gonna play around with this when we get back. So I think I'll keep caving until like 8:30, I would say. And then I'll spend the last half an hour going back. I'm gonna experiment some with redstone. Fuck. I'm gonna experiment with redstone a little bit. Yes! Awesome. Notch! Oh my god. I did not realize that my pickaxe was about to break. Screw you, Notch. I did fix this bug in Alpha Recraft. I could have had 3 diamonds. I could have had a diamond pickaxe right now. Oh my god. That's bullshit. I'm gonna blame Notch. It's all his fault. Fix your game, Notch. I didn't bother adding the classic terrain to my polyworld, but I think it's nice to have everything from in-dev onwards. Yeah, I mean, the classic terrain is pretty much the same. Like, the only terrain that's really interesting in classic is, I would say, is the early classic terrain. But even that one is pretty simple and, like, bare bones, especially. So there really isn't much of a point to have classic terrain when in-dev is pretty much the same. You can have an in-dev inland, and that's almost the same as classic 0.30, pretty much. The only difference is that there's actual, like, gravel beaches, and that's it. Gravel isn't just underwater. Which was a stupid decision anyway. I don't know why not she did it that way. Just makes it annoying to get for no reason. I'm also glad that you can find it underground like this as well. Yeah, worst time to break, exactly. Early Classic Plus. That's a real mod. It's pretty cool. Anything before 0.20 is a snooze fest. Yeah. I mean, 0.16 or through 18 is... Like, if you play 0.0.18a, for example, I can justify that, because it's the last version where you have just 8 blocks to work with. So, if you really want to challenge yourself, that's a good version. But all the versions in between that are, like, whatever. 14a is pretty cool because of the terrain and the trees and the textures, and 13a and the... Yeah, like 13a and I would say 11a for the novelty, and 13a is also another one of those versions where you can, like, challenge yourself and just build with 4 blocks. No blocks is the challenge, right? Ha 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 ha. Also, hello Alex, welcome back to the stream. There's simple and there's too simple, I agree. Like, I can see the appeal of classic 0.30 and even like 23A, but anything below that is like... Why would you play that for like an extended period of time? Like, playing it a little bit for the novelty's sake, or just the liminal vibes, as the kids say these days, is alright, I guess, but actually having like a long-term world in those early classic versions, I would just never understand that. 3 days? Oh my god, Alex, you're crazy. You're hardcore. Is this important? No. 0.0.14 has a unique enough vibe to build for a time. Yeah. I would say 13A maybe. Definitely like 14A for the textures, but if I were to like play through Classic again, I would skip almost all the versions. I would probably start in 18A, update to 23A once I'm done, and then update again to 0.30, and that's it. Like, just 3 versions. All the versions in between are a waste of time, honestly, in my opinion. And I'm talking like a long-term playthrough, like a long-term world. I think that's what Matt actually did. I think he started in 15A. He then updated to 23A and then to 0.28 or 0.30, something like that. He skipped quite a few versions, and good on him, because it's annoying. Like, I know that might sound hypocritical coming from me, because I'm gonna be spending like 17 weeks in Alpha 1.0. 1 week per major version, but I actually have a lot of things to do in Alpha. Like, I have an entire town that I want to build, so this is like the best way for me to ensure that I can have as much time as possible to actually finish that project. And also, a lot of these updates, I mean, a lot of them are just bug fixes, but there are some that actually bring some new and interesting stuff to the table. And it's also survival mode. That's a big thing. Once you realize it's just 2 blocks, it becomes boring fast, yeah. Well, 14A has the same amount of blocks as 18A. It's 8 blocks total. 9 if you want to count the sapling. Okay. I'm gonna try to get as much redstone as possible here, because it's, I won't be coming out here anymore until Alpha 1.0. Fucking 13 or something like that. The version that adds cactus. Actually, no, 1.0.6. But even then, I'm not gonna explore caves. I'm just gonna explore the surface. I'll take some cactus back home and start growing it. It's gonna be great. Okay, I see the skeletons down there. I'm gonna go deal with them in a sec. 14A is 9, I think. Hold on. So we have stone, dirt, cobblestone planks, sand, gravel, logs, leaves. That's 5, 6. That's 8, and saplings 9. 9 blocks. If you want to get like very charitable, you could also include grass in there, although you have to wait for it to spread. And liquids, but again, the liquids are. I don't think they should count. Oh, these guys are guiding diamonds. Look at that. Okay, excellent. And I actually hear more stuff beyond this wall, so I should come back here if there's no more cave to explore. But there's still plenty of cave to explore. Seems like. Okay, so far this has been a relatively successful mining trip. We got 6 diamonds. I would rather get at least like 13, 14 again, but it's still pretty good. And sadly, we haven't really found a thingamajig yet. Dungeon, but we also got quite a bit of redstone. So definitely could have been worse. Also, I probably shouldn't have crafted this diamond pickaxe. I probably should have saved all my diamonds because we're so close to the version that actually buffs these diamond tools and makes them actually useful, but I like the speed. Technically 12 if you count grass, liquids, and bedrock. Yeah, well, bedrock doesn't count. You can't really place it. You have to hack the game for that. Fuck you! Oh my god. Okay, I need armor. Remember when the repair bar has no color left, it's going to break on the next use. Yeah. I was actually looking at that when I was mining those diamonds earlier. Ow. Okay, more gold. That's honestly a good thing because I barely have any gold. Place it as a server admin in some version. Not sure when though. Yeah, I do remember that. I remember actually doing that for my for craftology. I think. Was it craftology? I don't remember anymore. I definitely did it in one of my many playthroughs, like through the versions playthroughs. This is hopefully gonna be the last one that I ever do. Again, the only time I would ever do a playthrough like this, where I play through all the versions, probably including remakes as well, would be when, not if, but when. We've already had this discussion in the past, but when Java Edition is inevitably cancelled. That's when I'm gonna do it. Once again. Built a Spleef arena with bedrock in my personal world. The walls of the arena were bedrock so you can't escape. That's kind of clever, actually. Oh, we have a thing here. Nice. Cavelet. Cavelet. That sounds like some sort of like a new type of like small mob that you can find. A cavelet. Make fun of Super Old MC, but considering it was made by one guy before there was many resources on the internet, it's impressive. How be it closer to your tech demo of the full game. Well, I would say classic and maybe like earlier in-depth versions feel like a tech demo. But alpha and even like late inf dev starts feeling more like a proper game. Like there's actual gameplay mechanics and stuff. That's an interesting video to actually make. Like which versions of the game start feeling like, you know, like a real game and less like a tech demo. Alright, much better. I am running low on food though, I gotta be careful here. I should also start looking up at the ceiling, because I might miss stuff like that. And Venom said everything before beta 1.2 wasn't really full in his eyes. Well, that's his opinion. We need an objective opinion. I would say everything before either the last version of InDev or like some later version of InDev, like the version that added farming maybe, feels like a tech demo. Yeah, I would say like InDev February 6th, the version that added farming is like the... Well, technically it's before that, it's February 5th. It's still InDev 0.31, but because that version is missing, I won't count it here. So out of the versions that we can play, the earliest one that feels like a proper game and not like a tech demo is February 6th InfDev, the version that added farming. Because you not only have farming, but you also have functional hostile mobs that spawn in the dark and some form of progression with the tools. So that's... and crafting as well, obviously. So that's like the earliest version that feels like more like a game and less like a tech demo. InDev 0.31 for the most part, and everything before that feels pretty much like a tech demo. Like there's barely any game in there. And yes, that includes survival test as well. That's why Classic Plus was a mistake, in my opinion. Because making something out of a tech demo is really hard, especially if the goal is to keep that something that made the original so unique, which is the fact that it's a tech demo. So I guess I did achieve my goal in that regard, because Classic Plus feels like a tech demo for Legacy Plus. Late InDev kind of felt like a finished game. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The great Notch. Notch would probably say, oh, anything before 1.0 doesn't feel like a game. Yeah, late InDev feels playable for sure. InDev was a tech demo until 6.18. I would even say before that. I would say until 6.15 or 6.16. It felt like a tech demo. Once water started working again, that's when I would say the game feels finished. Or not finished, but you know, starts feeling like a game again. Super Generous All-Gen makes the game way too easy. Yeah, that's true. I mean, the All-Generation was nerfed in late InfDev, so it feels a lot more fair, but in early in late InDev, but in early InDev it was pretty bad. I would say my main gripes with InDev, other than, you know, the limited worlds and not like doing much with that concept, which of course InDev Plus fixes. Other than that, I would say like my main gripes with InDev is the lack of sneaking, the lack of ladders and doors, because I use those a lot, and the lack of, oh, not the lack of, but like the Diamond 2 durabilities. Those are atrocious. That is inexcusable. There's a sheep down here, that's hilarious. This is why InDev Plus is the best way to play InDev. I agree. And I'm not just saying that because I made it. I tried my best, especially with the portos. I would say pre-portos InDev Plus is not the best way to play InDev. Because it doesn't really feel like InDev. It feels like a very scuffed version of InDev. Because technically you have like infinite options, infinite worlds. You just like navigate them through a menu rather than naturally in the world itself. In that regard, I would say Stago's InDev Adventure feels like a much better way to play InDev, but that one also ends up feeling like a discount InDev. For those of you unaware, that mod basically makes it so that if you go out of bounds, it generates a new world with like completely random parameters, as far as I remember. And it basically connects those worlds in a grid, so if you go back the way you came, you will actually go back to the world you were just in, which is pretty cool. But again, that just feels like a discount version of InDev. It's just infinite terrain, but a bit jankier, basically, in the InDev engine. So what I did with the portals feels the most natural when InDev is considered. Because it's still finite worlds, and you access like other alternative levels through portals. They hated Method because he told the truth. So InDev, yeah, pretty much. He made InDev in the InDev engine, in a way. It's still more unique than InDev, of course, because it does have like some pretty cool and unique world types and whatnot. But yeah, beyond that, it's, for all intents and purposes, it's just InDev in the InDev engine. Yeah, kind of like biomes, yeah. Again, it's pretty cool what he achieved. I do like the mod, I respect it. It's just doesn't feel like InDev once you start playing it. It feels like InDev at first glance, but once you realize, oh, I can actually go out of bounds and generate new worlds, then it starts feeling like an exploration game. And less like a, you know, island survival game, you know? InDev with loading screens, yeah, pretty much. InDev if it was made by Bethesda. Okay, there was like an area around here somewhere, which was like a dead end, and I could actually hear mouse beyond it, but I don't recall where that is. Also, I feel like I should get some obsidian while I'm down here, because I'm gonna need this stuff for Nether Portal eventually, so might as well. Although at the same time, Nether portals are 1.2, and by that point I will have moved, so I kind of don't want to actually get obsidian. Or maybe, you know what? No, I do want to get obsidian for builds, at the very least. It's nice to have it. It's just gonna take forever to break. What are you doing, Yoski? Also, welcome back to the stream. Build a fake portal. Oh my god, this is gonna be so boring, I apologize, but I remembered I kind of want to get some obsidian. Oh, redstone. You were hiding in here. What do you think about Jenny mod? I've never played it, I think it's cringe as fuck. Wasn't it just made for the meme, though? At least I'm... Also, I am actually considering... Oh, crap. Okay, I think we're back. I went went offline there for a second, but as I was saying, I am still considering playing some modded stuff on here. I definitely want to play the Aether on the channel. And maybe my mods as well. I've never really done like a proper Classic Plus playthrough. Even though there isn't really much to do there, it's probably still going to be just 1 or 2 streams, but I might do that. I do want to play Order of the Stone again, because it's a lot of fun. And In-Depth Plus, definitely. I want to play In-Depth Plus with the portals on the stream. And even In-Depth Plus. Alpha and Beta were crafted I probably won't play on stream, because those versions are a little bit more personal. They're more like for personal use. Like whenever I feel like playing, I do want to keep the gunpowder. Whenever I feel like playing Alpha or Beta in my spare time, that sort of deal. I definitely want to play the Aether though. So I think my plan is before every major update, before I move, every major move. So at the end of Alpha, for example, especially if my city isn't done yet, then I send it to some friends to basically add a few extra builds for me. While waiting for them, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play some mods. I think that sounds like a fun idea, like a good plan. Stream was dying. Yeah, my internet is terrible these days. Ever since they forcefully switched our provider because they got bought out by a bigger company, it's been going downhill. Yes, Paul, I am aware. That's why I'm keeping my distance. Stalker except in Minecraft? Honestly, I'm pretty sure that already exists with some mod packs. Like, basically, you can make Minecraft into anything these days. It's crazy. The power of mods and community content. Oh, whoo! Okay, this is getting kind of dangerous. Jenny mod is stupid. Why would anyone play such mods? Jeez. Stalker is a Ukrainian game. I don't know what Yoski is about. I think he's just trolling. I'm gonna break this bedrock block with my mind. Ha 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 ha. Okay, yeah, that is dangerous. I should be careful here. I don't think I'm gonna get any more obsidian though, because this is just boring and it's taking way too long. I'm just gonna get this patch and I'll continue exploring. Still need to find a dungeon though. I would love to get some mossy cobblestone. It's kind of upset when they removed the Russian dubbing. It's completely fair for them to remove it, honestly. I don't like how everyone sounds British, though. Don't they have, like, Ukrainian dubbing? Because it is a Ukrainian game. It is set in Ukraine. It would make more sense if they had a Ukrainian dubbing rather than a Russian dubbing. Why don't Russians use the Roman alphabet? Because the Cyrillic one is more fitting. It's made specifically for Cyrillic languages. And no, Russia did not invent it. Many people think that Russia invented the Cyrillic alphabet, but that is not true. It wasn't Russia. Yeah, I know what you meant. Yeah, the Latin alphabet. Greek but Romanized slightly. Okay, 16 obsidian. Also, doesn't obsidian start dropping itself literally in this version that I'm playing right now, or was that in an earlier InfDev version? I don't remember. Because technically I could have gotten obsidian like in an earlier build, but I don't know. Yes, Rai, you are correct. Little known fact there. But Russia, being Russia, loves taking all the credit. Arctic country, yes. Russia is honestly just a vassal state for Bulgaria. It's been Bulgaria all along. Oh, crap. Okay. Okay, this one is still safe. I'm not gonna get all of this obsidian, just the ones that are safe, like immediately safe. By the way, embarrassing confession, I used to like this. The fact that obsidian took so long to mine, I used to like it and think, oh my god, it is so difficult. It's like the toughest material, although I was admittedly very disappointed when I found out when I was a kid and played this game that you can't craft obsidian tools. Because I'm like, why am I getting this obsidian then, other than for the nether portal? The real masters of the world is Albania. So true. Albania, friendly country, so it gives land to all other countries. Albania is based. A Bulgarians Turk. They're like officially they're Slavic, but because of the Ottoman Empire and Ottoman influence and the fact that they border Turkey, or Turkey as it's called nowadays, there's plenty of Turks there, including Bulgarians with like more Turkish looks and Turkish genes. Average Greek fan. Greece is based, okay? I'm 1/8 Greek and I'm proud of my Greek heritage. I'm much more proud of my Greek heritage, as limited as it is, than my actual heritage. This difficulty spike is insane! Turkier. The Turkey is Turkier than before. Turkey, I believe it's pronounced. Might have some Greek in me, I know my brother does. That's based. Greeks are so based. I actually love Greek food. Here's one thing that I've noticed. How come all of the southern nations have better food? Like, I'm not crazy about Spanish or Portuguese food, but like Italian food, Balkan food, Arabic food, Turkish food, like it's so much better than I mean they barely even have anything in the northern countries like England, obviously, but the UK just has a whole lot of nothing. The Nordics are pretty bland as well, from what I know. So I wonder why is that. I presume it's something to do with the fact that, you know, those southern nations have like much better spices and whatnot because of the, you know, warmer climate. So they have a wider variety of spices and more delicious spices in general. More flavorful. India as well, obviously, like the southern Asia. India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nepal. I love Indian cuisine. As Yorsky in the comments, because he's a good friend of mine, already knows, I'm a big fan of Indian cuisine. Oh, that region in general, because there are like regional differences between like Indian and Nepalese. It's not much from what I know, but there are like some differences. But it's pretty similar for the most part. I hate East Asian, by the way, cuisine. Like Chinese, Korean, like Korean barbecue, Japanese, like sushi. I don't know why, I just hate that shit. Teriyaki. I think it's something to do with like the spices and especially like the sauces that they have. They're like very heavy to me. That's the best way to describe it. Like every time I try to eat teriyaki, for example, I just feel nauseous. I do like noodles though. We poor Nordic people have to survive on tree bark and bad winds. Wait, are you Nordic? Valkia? Reading your name again, it does sound kind of Nordic. Yeah, they have more stuff growing there, exactly. I don't know about that, right? Because Canadian and American food seems pretty much the same to me. Like, it's over-processed crap, no offense. The South has better food, yeah. Whatever helps you sleep at night. Instant noodles, yeah. I do like instant noodles. But are those even like Asian? Because most of the instant noodles that we have at stores here aren't like actually produced in Asia or like with original like recipes at all. They're almost like junk food. Speaking of which, I actually have some noodles. I completely forgot about that. I spent all day being hungry because I completely forgot I actually had noodles that I could have eaten. Amazing. East Asian food is only good when it's made by East Asian people. I disagree, Rai, because here a bit of a story time. Our customer at work actually came to like visit us last summer, and our agenda included, you know, dinner with the customer, and it was paid for by the company itself. So none of us actually paid anything. The customer didn't pay anything. My boss didn't pay anything. Me or my colleagues didn't pay anything. It was completely like covered by the company money. And because of that, we were like, okay, where do we go for dinner? And one of my colleagues who loves like Asian food, he's like, let's go to this one place. It's amazing, but it's super expensive. So let's use this opportunity to, you know, get the food for free, basically. And it was a Korean barbecue place, like a local Korean barbecue place, ran by actual Koreans. Like it's made by professional Korean chefs, from my understanding. And I can believe that because like the food actually looked very fancy. It looked genuine. It even tasted genuine. And I shit you not, I was left hungry that night because I ordered the one and only thing that I was like, okay, maybe I can stomach this. I couldn't even eat 1/3 of it. Like I left almost all of it in the bowl. It was very awkward, but I just couldn't bring myself to eat it. And that was traditional, original, like Korean barbecue. At least as traditional as it can be when made here, of course. Like I have no doubt that it's still gonna be different if you eat it in actual like South Korea, because they probably like had to use some different spices, or even if they use the exact same spices as original recipes, they probably like lost some of their flavor by being transported here. But like, yeah, that's besides the point. Like, it was as close as we could possibly get to traditional, like, original Korean food, and I still absolutely hated it. When white people make foreign food, it sucks. Again, it depends on the cook. It depends on the cook and the ingredients. If you're a good enough cook, and especially if you've been trained by, like, a local cook, and you have access to all of those ingredients, you can make it work. Instant noodles are American. Store-bought food sucks in the US. It sucks here too. I mean, it's definitely better than the US because there is some food regulation laws at play. Unlike America, where it pretty much feels like the Wild West. But yeah, it's obviously worse than having, like, preparing your own meals or eating at a restaurant. It's, yeah. Good Chinese food is great. The most Chinese food sold in Europe isn't good. Again, I still think I'm gonna hate it. It's just something about the food itself and like the flavors and the spices and sauces that they use that I really doesn't sit right with me. I don't know. It's just my taste buds are different, I guess, than most people's. Professional Koreans. Hello, I'm a professional Korean. Oh wow, you actually spawned down there. That's impressive. I need this. Yum. Yeah, it's actually very convenient. Like, this bug with animals spawning underground is super convenient, because I can just get some extra food this way. Okay, I swear there was more cave to explore around here. Where is it? Is this the racism stream? If you think that me simply not enjoying a particular culture's food is racism, I don't know what to say. I just don't like it, simple as that. I have nothing against the culture. In fact, if anything, I'm quite fascinated by, like, Asian folklore, like Korean and Japanese and Filipino, like, myths and urban legends. Those are genuinely the most terrifying ever, and I freaking love them for that. And just in general, like, kimonos, for example, I think are very fancy, stuff like that. It's just the food that bothers me. Because I just don't like it. Isn't that really good noodles? I had noodles, yeah. I had some type of noodles. I don't remember what it was anymore. All I know is I hated it. Acid and poison. I like almost all kinds of Asian food. Yeah, well, I don't. A lot of people love it, but I don't. In fact, the only Asian food I like is South Asian food, so Indian and like all the other countries around it, like Nepal and Bangladesh and Pakistan. Although, granted, I've only had Nepalese and Indian, because that's all we have here. I haven't tried, like, Pakistani food, but from what I know, it's pretty similar. In fact, Yoski here in the chat might be able to shed some light on that. From what I know, it is similar, but not necessarily the same. Joner, shawarma, and gyros. I've tried all of them. I've tried shawarma only once, and that was in the Netherlands. I loved it. Joner, I mean, kebab, Turkish kebab. It's one of my all-time favorite foods of all time. And gyros is really good too. I love gyros. I would say from those three, shawarma is my least favorite, but I still love it. They're all similar, like in the way they're prepared. They just use completely different spices. So all three of them are very unique. And I love all three of them. But yeah, if I were to rate them, I would go like kebab is my favorite, then it's gyros, and then it's shawarma, my least. Hello, Shadow Milk Cookie. I'm gonna call you Shadow if that's okay. Welcome to the stream. Well, the latter to Joner is okay too, though. Sushi. I hate sushi. I've tried both raw sushi, absolutely disgusting and revolting, and cooked sushi. It's edible, but I still hate it. And again, I'm probably the only person in the entire universe, by the looks of things, who actually hates sushi. Because everybody I know, like my parents, everyone that I met in university, everyone loved sushi. My colleagues love sushi, or at the very least, they're indifferent to sushi. Like, they can eat it, they don't hate it, they're just like, it's whatever. I'm the only person who absolutely hates it. But then again, I also hate most seafood in general. The only seafood I actually like is shrimp and crab. That's it. I hate seafood, I hate fish. Except tuna and like white fish meat. Like I think it's cod. Either cod or like salmon or something like that. Basically the fish that they put in fish burgers. I quite like that. And fish fingers. Fish and chips. Oh, the junk food, of course. But, like, usually I don't like fish at all. Okay, I'm gonna keep exploring for like half an hour more, even though my inventory is full, hoping to find a dungeon or more diamonds. I don't want to get rid of the gunpowder because it's quite useful, because there's no creeper spawners. And I'm gonna need a lot of gunpowder once, you know, the elytra and rockets get added. So I'm already saving up for that. The string I can, I guess, throw away, but I'm gonna throw it away only if I find the dungeon. Make some room. Pakistani food? Sure. Indian make good food, but they drive like GTA NPCs. Ask you playing the old version. What do you mean, how? You can literally play it in the official launcher. My local school got protested because they had shawarma on the menu. What the hell? Shawarma is great. I would be happy if my school had shawarma on the menu. Glad I just ate, otherwise this stream would just make me really hungry. I just ate and I'm really hungry already. I think I'll make some noodles after this, because I completely forgot about that. Even my really picky little brother likes sushi. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of the same with like oranges, but not really, because I did meet like a couple of people who actually also hate oranges. Oh god. Don't kill me, please. What have I ever done to you, man? But yeah, I've met some people who also hate oranges, but not many. But sushi is like that one thing that I still haven't met a single person who actually hates it like I do. What makes me a contrarian? The fact that I hate sushi? Because there's plenty of foods that many people love that I love. Like, again, kebab, shawarma. Indian. Why am I mining this? I don't need this. I need the coal, though. Pakistani food mostly isn't too far off from Indian food. It's creamier, I suppose. That's great, honestly. I love creamy food. Easy on the spice plus adding cream. Also a lot of smoked and barbecued meat. Different kinds of kebabs. Yeah, like there's an Indian place that we frequent quite often with my boss whenever we have lunch at the office. And they have this thing called mustard tikka. And it's basically like grilled tikka chicken with mustard. And it's so freaking good. I love it. Because not white people food on the school menu. Yeah, that is racist. Shawarma is fantastic. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Roasted, yeah, I love roasted meat. Roasted and baked. I think they didn't serve shawarma with zabepsi. That naan bread you eat is so unauthentic. Maybe it's authentic Indian. Maybe yours is different. I don't know. Either way, it's still delicious, especially when it's fresh out of the oven. It's really good. So I don't care if it's authentic or not. It's as long as it's delicious, I'm gonna eat it. And enjoy it. Okay, here's more cave. I live in a racist area. That is really unfortunate. But surely it's not as racist as the Balkans. I mean, trust me, I come from the Balkans. I would know how bad things can get there. Like, some languages there, like, literally have special words for, like, other races that are, like, even worse than the N-word. It's pretty bad. Ooh. Okay, this is a wonderful cave. I just gotta be very careful, because I'm down to my last piece of meat. Hopefully I find some pigs down here again. That would be great. Okay, nothing down there. We have more stuff down here. Uh-oh. Let's play this safe. There we go. No, that's different. There's something way worse that I don't even want to mention on stream. I'll tell you in DMs later, Yoski. Here, lots of footsteps. I really hope I find a dungeon. That's like the only thing I'm looking for right now. And more diamonds, of course, would be nice, but... Oh! Speak of the devil. Ask and ye shall receive. Oh, excellent. This is a big vein. Hell yeah! Let's go. Awesome. I do kind of want to get more redstone, though. Because again, I'm not going to be mining for a very long while after this. So... And if I do end up doing some mining, it's going to be at my chunks. Because there's a lot of unexplored caves there and the diamonds. I would only mine for diamonds, so yeah, let's get rid of that string. I don't need string for anything. Because for some reason, bows are unbreakable, so you only really need to craft one bow, and it's going to last you until release, pretty much. Even beta 1.8 bows are still unbreakable. Which is crazy. Okay, how much? 9 diamonds. I would still want to get 13 or more, but let's see. This is a good cave, though. We hit the jackpot. Okay, I still hear a lot of enemies all around here, so hopefully there's a dungeon. More redstone. It's a very big chamber here. Okay, how many stacks of redstone is this going to be? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think 6 stacks of redstone is gonna last me for quite a while. I'm not really planning to do much with this anyway. Just fuck around a little bit. Like, you can't really do much with redstone in alpha anyway. The only thing you can really do is open doors and trigger TNT. That's it. There's no pistons yet. And there won't be any until beta, so... Just try and preserve your diamond pickaxes because they are about to get a large boost and it will apply to your old ones. Yeah, I really should have been doing that. I've broken like 5 or 6 pickaxes by this point. I'm not very good with stuff like that, but I want to play the game in an authentic way, if that makes sense, so... Oh my god, what? Okay, let's wait for them to kill each other. It's crazy why Nosh never made the bows break. Did he think gathering the arrows was enough of a challenge? I guess, I don't know. But I think he just forgot, honestly. And nobody ever brought it up. Probably because they were like, oh, unbreakable bows, that's awesome. So I think he literally just forgot. I really hope that we find a dungeon. Like, this cave is so massive, there has to be a dungeon somewhere around here. Oh boy. I'm out of food though, which is bad. Still have plenty of wood though, so as long as I don't get hit, I can keep going for quite a while. Come on. Oh, fuck you. Of course you got a hit on me, cheapsteak. Oh, come on. Swim. I really hate this pushback that the water has in these versions. Oh, here's another zombie. It would only take him 1 day to make all of old Minecraft much more playable, but it took him until 1.0 to do so. Yeah, like literally version 1.1.3 of Alpha Recrafted was done in a single day. Like all the fixes, and even the biomes, done, just like that. Stream would be incomplete if we didn't hate on the French before it ends. I still don't understand why people hate the French so much. The Dutch are way worse. Wish Quebec wasn't real. Keeps me up at night. Swamp Germans, yeah, literally. Ironically enough, the I actually recently watched a very interesting video, or like more of a short, about like how the English language evolved throughout the years, and some of the earlier like examples that they had, like of oh yes, pigs. Some of the earlier examples of like early English, like medieval English, sounded a lot like Dutch, which I found very amusing. Because again, I studied in the Netherlands for technically 4 years, but I was actually physically there only for like a couple of months, half a year. But yeah, like I still was like exposed to the Dutch culture and their language for quite a while. Did you see XQC in your sleep? What? We should give the Netherlands to Denmark. Yeah, it's only fair if Trump takes Greenland. Denmark should get something in return. Ah, they killed each other. Excellent. And I just collect the spoils. Haha. I feel like that's what China is doing right now, amongst like this entire chaos, like the US versus Greenland and, you know, Russia versus Ukraine and all that, and China's just like, do nothing, win. Tried and proven strategy. Yeah, China is winning by literally doing nothing. It's so based. But you know what they say, like if you see your opponent making a mistake, just stay silent and let them make that mistake. And that's what China's doing right now. In fact, I think that was actually said by a Chinese like war leader or something. I forget who said that initially. Oh, fuck you. Oh, come on, dude. Are you gonna stop being like an accurate motherfucker? What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh, okay, well. Quick, because I hear other stuff. Cook the meat. Cook the fucking meat, dude. Still no dungeon, by the way. I don't know why I'm having such terrible luck with dungeons. They're not even that rare. I've seen the code. And I would know that they're not that rare. The Chinese century is here. If anything, China is pissed. What makes you think that China is pissed? I'm gonna assume that's Alpha, that's either Albanian or... Actually, I think it might be Swedish. It definitely sounds Swedish, like Gan to spelan. That reminds me of spielen, which is playing, and spelan in Dev Plus, playing in Dev Plus, so I'm gonna assume that's Swedish. Either Swedish or Norwegian. It's kind of hard to tell which of the two. No offense if you're either one of the two countries. I think it's Swedish. Oh, actually, no, it could be Danish. Yeah, it could be Danish. I like guessing languages. I mean, my entire freaking work is that. We're not guessing languages, but, you know, dealing with languages. It's interesting. Never interrupt your enemies while they're making a mistake. Yeah, Sun Tzu, Art of War, yeah. You don't see my comment? No, I don't. I only see if anything, China is pissed. That's the last thing you said. This is a massive cave. Holy crap. Look at how wide this tunnel is. And still no dungeons. Where's all the dungeons at, man? Come on. I want a dungeon. We were supposed to have found one like 2 months ago. Oh, it's 8:30. Okay, I'm gonna explore a little bit more and then we're gonna start heading back. I'm actually gonna probably have to head back off camera. So I'm probably gonna end up using MCP. Not MCP. Fucking MC Edit. To find my way back, because I don't want to get lost. Like, I spent so much time on that castle and I still need to finish it. I think it's night time on the surface because I'm not seeing any mobs right now. This is a massive cave. I swear there has to be at least one dungeon here, so that's why I'm gonna keep going until the very end. And I'll go back home off camera. Can't see anything either. Interesting. I found 115 minutes into updating. Into 6 to 7 in an old world. Yeah, exactly. I don't know why I'm being so unlucky with this. Even in like Alpha Recrafted, I found quite a few dungeons. And the dungeons there are actually useful because you can get... well, saddles, first of all, are actually useful in Alpha Recrafted. I'm not gonna spoil how. You can also get quivers there, which is the only way to get them, and they're really useful. And you can get some other stuff as well. Like, including diamonds, although diamonds are kind of rare. But in general, you get more useful stuff in the... Oh, here's a chunk border. Oh, the secrets, yes. Alpha Recrafted was a lot of fun to make. Fuck. A lot of fun to make, honestly. I definitely am excited to work on Beta Recrafted. It's gonna happen after I'm done with the cleanup, which is gonna take a while. Initially, I was gonna do either the next major content update or the multiplayer of InfDev Plus, but screw that. Let's do Beta Recrafted. And I really want to find the dungeon. I'm so tempted to use the X-ray glitch. This is getting ridiculous. I think YouTube knows I'm getting political, so it isn't letting my comments through. Probably for the best, honestly. Getting political is never gonna end well. Especially publicly. The Chinese century is here. Gold, okay. I only find myself getting into politics or if I'm worried or like stressed out over something. Which was me earlier this week. I like to argue too much. I still argue a lot more about actual like game stuff than politics, thankfully. Okay, you know what? Good enough. Let's get out of here. Because we have like 20 minutes to go back home. Sadly, we couldn't find the dungeon again. Really unfortunate, but at least we got diamonds and a lot of redstone, which is what we came down here for, honestly. So overall, this was a successful trip. But we're still missing content from a previous Secret Friday update, which really sucks, but oh well. Wait, I actually made it all the way up here to the surface. Although I don't recognize this area at all. That's bad. Oh, actually, I do kind of recognize this. I really should have made more pillars. Because I recognize this area, but I'm not sure where to go from here. You good now? A little bit. Definitely better, but still a bit stressed about the future. And I'm talking like my personal future, not just the future of the world. The world is fucked either way, but I would like to be in a better position until the world is completely fucked. Can tell you're quite concerned about the orange man as I am. The trumpet man. Okay, let me try to retrace my steps. Okay, so there's this cave. I believe I came from there, I hope. Because if not, then that's bad. I did travel quite a long ways away, that's another thing. I really don't want to use MC Edit, but I think I already broke my rules in an earlier episode when I was looking for a dungeon and I actually used it, so I'm probably gonna have to. Man, if only there was a way to set your spawn point and use a compass. I have the mod just for that. Too bad I'm not playing it. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this mountain, I do recognize this mountain. I definitely came from over here. Yes. I'm starting to remember. I'm starting to retrace back my steps. We should be good. Getting the itch to make a new polyworld. What is this gonna be, like your 5th polyworld by now? The Green Goblin Mask of Minecraft is getting to me. Yes. You should just focus on a single world like I am. And definitely don't play it on a daily basis, because you're gonna get burnt out very quickly and you're gonna end up like abandoning it. Do like me, play it like once or maybe like 2 at most 3 times a week. At least for me, I find that this works quite well. Definition of insanity, yeah. Okay, yeah, I also recognize these big mountains here as well, I think. I think. Oh, there's a cave over there. I am gonna explore like that little cave because sometimes you can actually find a dungeon like at the entrance of a cave, pretty much. I am getting lag though, that's not good. I think I'm generating new chunks again. I tried to do that before, but I didn't work, but I was already burnt out. playing the game by that point. Yeah, like take a break, and once you try to make another like forever world or poly world, you can should definitely play it less. Don't play it daily like I did, because that's a bad idea. I'm trying to think. I've had like, I think 2 personal playthroughs, like through the version playthroughs. In the past, one of them ended with 1.0, the other one ended even earlier. Then I had Craftology, but that didn't really go anywhere. Then I had the Polyworld, and now I have this. And before this, I was doing another like Forever World on my own time before I started this. And yeah, I was playing that one on a daily basis, and I got to beta 1.2 before quitting it completely. Yeah, I've been having a lot more fun modding the game than playing it, honestly. I mean, playing this is fun when I do it weekly, but if I start doing this daily, I'm gonna lose interest fast. And I don't think it's to do necessarily with the versions themselves. I think it's the game in general. If I were playing like modern Minecraft on a daily basis, I would be in the same situation. Okay, this is looking unfamiliar. I think I might have to use MC Edit here. I've been playing my world pretty much daily for 2 years. I got the itch. That's something that Seecret was discussing on his stream earlier, that what makes us always come back to the game, you know, like to Minecraft? What makes us play it so frequently? Okay, we have some more caves here. I'm gonna actually quickly take a look at these. There might be a dungeon. Oh, great, it's turning nighttime. Don't really wanna explore these right now. Ugh. I'm not seeing any of my pillars either, which is worrying. I should have started seeing those by now. I also don't remember seeing mushrooms on my way here. Yeah, especially now that it's turning nighttime. Oh! Okay, never mind. There's a pillar over there. Let's see where it points. Aha! It points this way. Okay, so we are on the right track. So let's keep going this way. It is diagonal, even though it points one way. I remember that I was going diagonally, so a little bit of an offset here, and we should hopefully see the next pillar. I am really glad that I did the pillars. Even just doing a couple pillars helps tremendously. I play other games than Minecraft more, so it's good on that front. Yeah, same. There are games that I play on a daily basis, but I play them less, and I don't get bored of them as quickly because they're games with an end. Like, for example, right now I'm playing Saints Row the Third. And I play, even though I play it every day, I just do like a single mission and a few like side missions every day, and there's an end in sight, basically. Whereas with a game like Minecraft, it's like a very open-ended experience. There's like, you can basically keep playing it forever, so I guess that's why I get burnt out by it if I play it every day, because I know that there's no end in sight. Actually, I never beat Minecraft. I only got to the Nether, never got to the end. It's definitely on my list to beat the game, though, and I'm much better at it than I used to be. Hello, Orange, or Orangey. Welcome to the stream. I have beaten Minecraft several times in the past, including 1.0 when it first came out. But it's not really about beating the game per se, because the game is so open-ended. Like, even if you beat the Ender Dragon, you can still keep playing it, and that's how most people play. Like, most people don't even beat the Ender Dragon to begin with. A lot of people don't even know that it exists, which is hilarious to think about. Okay, do we have anything here? Oh, that's cut off. Okay, we're actually going to be able to make it back without having to use MC Edit, which is really good. said the compasses in clock had so much potential for making navigation more of a challenge, but the F3 menu kind of ruined that. Yeah. Compasses are useful pre 1.2, I would say. I mean, I'm still gonna try not to use the F3 menu too much, but sometimes it's unavoidable, sadly. Make towers. I am making towers. That's what's helping me right now. I believe I have to cross this ocean and I'm gonna be almost home. We might have to go a little bit over time, but that's fine. I'm becoming an F3 hater. I am still considering that. I did do it that way, the same way BTA does it for a little while in InfDev Plus, but then I reverted it, mostly because of like debugging reasons. But eventually I might bring it back. Because like maps in InfDev Plus already show you coordinates, even if you're like out of bounds in the map. Makes a lot of sense in modern. Yeah, also, do I see light over there? I think I do. Oh, yep. This thing is pointing that way, so we are on the right track. I believe that's like the last pillar, yeah. So after we cross this ocean, it should be familiar territory, and we're almost home. Excellent. Lodestones and maps are a great replacement for coordinates. Yeah, that's something else that I want to do for InfDev Plus. The problem is I'm not sure how to handle the compass thing. Because the way animated textures work in InfDev and in general, like in old Minecraft in general, is... It is the same for all items. Like, you can't really have individual animations for like individual item instances. It's the same for all like compasses, pretty much. So I would need to basically design an entirely new system just for that, which might be worth it, but it's not something that I'm actively pursuing at the moment. But definitely it is something that I want to look into at some point in the future. Because I do like that. I do like the lodestone mechanic in modern. The problem is that because of like the coordinates in the debug screen, it's ultimately kind of pointless, but I would actually try not to use the debug screen all that much, especially in modern versions once I have access to lodestones and the lodestone compasses. How does console edition do it again? I know that they have coordinates on maps. I don't know what else they do differently. That's it? Well, I already do that, so... I'm also thinking of adding like the lodestone thing. Or some form of it, anyway. Locator map, interesting. So that's something exclusive to... Okay, there we go. There's our area. I was gonna say tree farm, but it's not really a proper tree farm yet. Well, we made it back home without using MC Edit. That's honestly incredible. I was not expecting that. Yeah, the only bad thing about that trip was the fact that I mean, I could have gotten more diamonds as well, but the fact that I didn't actually get any dungeons. Wow. Oh, a cave. Another cave I haven't explored yet. Get out of here, I don't care. And we actually did good timing as well, because we still have like 9 minutes left to organize all my belongings and whatnot. Fantastic. It's in Java, but it's more hidden. Interesting. Alright. What am I gonna store? Okay, I need to smelt some ores first of all. That there, that there, that there, that there. Gold. Oh, we had some iron here. Have some pork. God, look at all this coal. What am I gonna do with all this coal? Jeez. Alright, oh. Gunpowder. Almost a stack of gunpowder already. Nice. Okay, cook the meat. I think I should start, yeah, one thing I can do before the end of this episode is I can start moving some of my belongings temporarily again over to the servants' quarters. Because next time, this entire hill has to go. So that's what we're going to be doing next time. We're going to be doing a lot of terraforming again. I could do it off camera. I probably should. Because the last time I did that with this hill, it was very boring to watch and it took way too long. But it is what it is. So yeah, I want to make some chests real quick. Let's just use these planks for now. Okay, 2 double chests. I'm gonna move the resources first. Yeah, very successful stream, Paul. Okay, these are temporary. I'm gonna do like the proper stuff here. The proper interior at a later date. For now, I want to put some coal here. All of my coal, actually. I want to move it here. And the redstone is gonna go in this second row. Obsidian later for podos. Yeah, podos, and I'm also planning to use it in general for builds, honestly. MC added the hill. Nah. I want to do it legit, you know? Like, it's gonna give me a lot of dirt and other stuff that I might need in the future. So I would rather do it legit, honestly. Okay, I'm just gonna eat this meat here. Just to get rid of it. This cobblestone. Oh my god. Cobblestone. I don't want to go all the way down there to store the cobblestone. I have so much of it. I'm just gonna throw this away. Littering. Haha, I love littering. That is a joke. I love littering in video games. I hate littering in real life. Oh, look at all this coal. Diggy diggy hill. When did single player commands start? All the way in release 1.3. When the server and client were merged. I wish I had shift clicking. That would make this so much faster. Eating raw pork. Haram! That's probably even more haram than just eating pork in general. Okay, now the iron. I ran. You ran from what? Crap. Let's also take the gold. Why not? I believe this should be... Yep, this is smelted. Oh yeah, I should also take all the coal from these furnaces as well. Because these have to be moved. Not beta 1.3, Paul. Release 1.3. Unless you're asking about the mod, the single player commands mod, which was... I believe the first version was, yeah, around beta 1.3. Beta something. And the diamonds will also go here. Bedrock? No, this is Java. Hello, Sedgely, welcome. The mod single player commands. Okay, yeah, for the mod, I'm not sure. It was definitely some beta version. I don't know which one, though. I couldn't tell you. Okay, I need to take out the coal before I break the furnaces, because this bug still exists where they don't drop their contents. Really frustrating. Yeah, we're probably gonna go like 5 minutes overtime, because I wanna get all this done. Oh no! I lost the furnace. For an ass. Thought single player commands went back to Alpha 1.2 or something. Maybe, I don't know. Genuinely have no idea. Oh, you know what? Actually, no. Next time, we're not going to clear out this hill. Because I want to do that in Alpha 1.0.3 when my diamond tools are going to be buffed. So instead I'm going to focus on the interior here of this place. Yeah, I should play it smart. So that's what I'm going to do. Here I'm going to put the mob drops and other like miscellaneous bullcrap. This, string, feathers, gunpowder. And here I'm gonna put the miscellaneous blocks. I will craft a diamond pick though. Right now. I'm just not gonna use it much. Playing with redstone next time? Yes, that's another thing I can do. Because I think I will finish the interior of this building relatively quickly. Within an hour, so for the remaining hour I'm definitely gonna play with redstone. And then in Alpha 1.0.3, I'm gonna clear out this mountain here and start building the second part of the castle. I don't want to do more caving, Paul, next time, no. I've done enough caving for the time being. Okay, take all of this stuff. You know, this would have gone a lot quicker if the furnaces actually broke at a proper speed. That's literally because Notch forgot to add the furnace to the effective block list for the pickaxe. There's like a list in the code where you have to manually add each individual block that a tool is effective against. And if you don't, then it breaks it slowly like this. It's like the easiest thing to fix ever, but also the code behind it is like atrocious to begin with, which is why Notch forgot to do it so frequently. That's weird to look at. Okay, let me pour more of this. Make some more torches with this remaining coal. Oh boy. Oh, I guess I'm gonna put the iron here then. There we go. Perfect. Alright. Next, let's move the sand and the other miscellaneous junk down here. Those chests can stay for now, because they're full of dirt and I'm gonna be filling them up even more. Okay, let me grab all of this. Sand and the wad and the stairs, sure. Fix your game, Notch. Exactly. All right. Cloth goes at the top. Have a lot of it now. Excellent. I'm gonna need even more, but this is a good amount to start with. Sand below that. Some wood. Obsidian and stairs. And then the... Oh, I guess I'll put the obsidian there. Sure, why not? Maybe even like, yeah, there. God, I'm so freaking sleepy and tired for some reason. Alright, oh my goodness. Yeah. What am I doing? I can just break this now. I have enough space for everything. There we go. Lovely. Alright, I'm gonna place these down here temporarily. Store the saplings away. Rails and ladders. And the buckets. Water, 2 lavas. The empty bucket. Place these down. Randomly for now. Actually, no, give me this one. Oh, I'm out of planks apparently. Let me get some. Could also use a new helmet. Let's get that real quick. Oh, crap. There we go. Much better. I should probably store this away because eventually we'll be able to repair it. But by that point, I won't even be in this area, so it doesn't matter, ultimately. Okay, that's... Yeah, I think we're good. So yeah, that's the plan next time, folks. We're going to finish the interior of this building and play around with the redstone. I don't want to start digging this out yet until my diamond tools have received their buff, which is going to be in Alpha 1.0.3. So yeah, that's the plan for Alpha 1.0.2. And also don't forget that tomorrow is the next Thief stream as well, for those of you who are following that. But yeah, that is gonna be it for today. As the sun sets, let me climb up the hill. And I bid you all farewell. And I will see some of you tomorrow and the rest of you next week. So yeah, have a good one. Bye bye.